We say constantly there are no voiceless people, there's just people whose voices get ignored.
I've learned so much about what it means to share our stories and our narratives with the broader community and with each other.
One of the great preoccupations I have here at the Public Voices Fellowship is how my voice can be part of a much larger outcry in defense of the public good, not only in the United States, but in other parts of the world.
In terms of the young women that are growing up today, they need to see Latinas and other women of color speaking passionately on the issues that matter to them. So part of what I am doing is making sure that I'm presenting a role model for our next generation as well.
There's so many positive narratives to Black women that most people don't ever get to hear. It gives me an opportunity to shape a more positive and realistic view of Black women in this country.
We've got a MacArthur genius, we've got a former deputy mayor, we've got people who have been standing on national steps and hurraying amazing laws being passed. Yeah, it's been awesome.
It's been incredible to be in this room and to see how all of the issues of equality and access and social justice bridge the different niches that each one of us spend our days working in.
My whole reason for doing the work is because I remember what it was like to be a 17-year-old Latina here in New York City, and I want to be able to always center young people.
And I may not get it totally right, but I've got to at least try.
22 transgender women have been murdered this year alone. It's critical for me to use my platform and my voice to really continue to push for justice for the trans community.
I want to believe that every LGBT person, because we've understood oppression, wants to be anti-racist and wants to achieve a culture that no longer judges people based on the color of their skin.
I've had the opportunity to be on television a few times. As an epidemiologist, I look at what this may mean for Black women.
It's been a bit of a media storm. I've been on The Root, NBC Black, Ebony, progressive magazines like The Nation and In These Times.
Black women are such an essential part of the labor movement, but they are a part of the labor movement that is under-recognized.
We started this project about 2 years ago after Trayvon Martin was murdered. We wanted to have a more comprehensive conversation about racial justice and about Black lives, period.
The president at the Congressional Black Caucus gave a speech that was focused on Black women and girls.
I worked on a report that elevated the voices of girls of color, that made the case that we must invest in their future. We got that report to the president himself. It was overwhelming to see the president deliver a speech just 2 weeks later that lifted up those very same ideas.
There's no denying that Black women and girls still face real and persistent challenges.
If you look at what's in the news today, issues of income inequality, of gender equality, they're uniquely qualified to speak about and to work on these issues that are mattering right now in our country.
We're working with some of the most brilliant minds in the nation. And so one of the endeavors of what we're all doing together is to invest in that brain power. What would be the return to society if we could invest in all those missing voices and missing ideas?
Even in moments when I feel like maybe I'm not the right person to be sitting at the table, to say, well, you're the person at the table right now and you're the person with the mic, so what are you going to do with it?
It's just amazing to be a part of one's own liberation, to be alive, to actually say, look what we did that you didn't think was possible. And once you hit a mark like that, it's sort of like, bring it on. We're going to handle that next.